Roll call, please.
Mayor Tony Ball,
Here.
Vice Mayor Bill Costner,
Here.
Alderman John Bug,
Here.
Alderman Freddie Gregg, Alderwoman Kathy Holt,
Here.
Alderman Kenny Morgan,
Here.
Attorney Terry Hurst,
Here.
Administrator Scott Colvin.
Here.
Thank you. Item 3, Section A, the approval of the minutes, November the 13th, 2012. Do we have a motion to approve?
Mayor, I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second? Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. Item B is the special call meeting, November the 19th, 2012. Do we have a motion to approve those minutes?
I'll make the motion.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. Thank you. Item 4, I'm going to divert down to item C because of some scheduling conflicts, is the recognition of firefighters. Chief Randy Reagan.
Back in October, we had two of our firefighters accomplish something that to my knowledge, hasn't been accomplished in Newport yet. And they basically did it, well, they did all of the financially and everything else. They did this on their own. We did give them some time to study while they were at work. But on top of all the training and everything else that Shannon has them going through every week anyway, Shannon Ball and Jason Woodson, that's why they're here tonight with their families, they both received their bachelor's degree in fire science. And that's a pretty big accomplishment, especially for a small town. And like I said, they did that all on their own, and I really do appreciate their service to the city of Newport. So, Shannon?
I'll take a picture.
This is Engineer Jason Woodson.
Yes.
Congratulations, guys. Job well done. Okay, back up to item A, a recognition of city employee.
Mayor, at this time, I'd like to defer to Deputy Chief James Finch.
As the mayor alluded to earlier, we all aware, excuse me, of the events that took place in Connecticut last Friday, a horrible event that you can't imagine. A lot of misinformation came out of that. We watched it at the office over there as it was unfolding, and there's a lot of things that came out wrong and come out later that the story changed. One thing that I understand, and I hope I'm correct, I don't like to spread misinformation, but it's my understanding that that school either did not have a school resource officer or there was not one there that day. I know that one of the news people talked about they didn't know if it would make a difference if it had a school resource officer there that day. I believe it's a good possibility, but it's a guarantee no, because you got one guy that's trying to cover the whole school, and he may not be where he needs to be when something bad happens. But I think the likelihood goes up that they could intervene if you got one there. And what I'd like to do tonight is call our SRO, Justin Benson, forward, please. Sergeant Justin Benson is our school resource officer at the grammar school. He's been up there for some time. He's done a good job. He's dedicated himself to being a efficient and dedicated SRO. He's went to advanced classes and dire training and drug recognition, how to deal with violent youth and all these different things that come into play. He always volunteers to go when we have events in the community that deal with children. We have a lot of kids' days to go on. Food City does one, Kiwanis Club does one. All these things, these events that deal with kids. And he always puts his time in, and we appreciate him. And it's a pleasure for me to recognize him as the employee of the month.
Congratulations, Justin. Item B, recognition of Showcase on the River sponsors and volunteers.
Mayor, I'd like to break this up into two things. We have some of our monetary sponsors here tonight. Then we've also got some of the wonderful people that provide the support for the event. So what we'd like to do, when we call your name or your business, if you'll just come up here and then just wait so we can get a group picture for the meeting. But the first one is one of our gold sponsors, and that is Tennessee State Bank. Another gold sponsor, Tenova Healthcare. Main Funeral Home as a gold sponsor, and unfortunately Freddie's got tied up at Main Funeral Home. He was going to accept it on their behalf. Brockwell Construction, a gold sponsor, and then McSpadden General Contractors. Mr. McSpadden here tonight. Okay, Mr. McSpadden was in charge of the river program this year. We have a few more monetary sponsors. And one of them is Alderwoman Kathy Hope. Kathy was one of our bronze sponsors that helped so much. And then U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank was a silver sponsor for us this year. The key to the gold, silver, and bronze sponsors, they help put on all the other activities that you all see when we come together to showcase, such as the music is the main thing, but all these other events and activities we have are several ways. Now we've got some folks we want to recognize that either helps us put on the event or that helps make the event such a special one. And starting off with that is the East Tennessee Overhill Cherokee Descendants.
They're not here. He can, we can make sure they do.
A wonderful group that does educational services for us and is great display. The next one is Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. They brought out the aquarium with fish directly out of the Pigeon River and provided great educational service. This one right here helps in so many ways, but she's also a major factor with beautification along the river walk as well as all the city, and that's they fish with Modern Woodman, one of our in-kind sponsors. And then the host with the most, Mr. Craig Wild, who does all of our emceeing for 2 good and long days. And this young lady, I think we would know if she was here, Penny Gates. Penny is one that's been with us since day one of Showcase, and unfortunately, she must have gotten tied up. A new exhibit for us this year that was a big hit, we hope to have it for several years to come, was Smokey the Bear. Dressing the thief. Smokey the Bear was presented by Cliff King and the Cobb County Forestry Division, Department of State, Tennessee. Miss Regina Thornton, I don't believe Regina's had an opportunity to be here tonight. And then our last one for tonight was highly successful. I talked to Mr. Tracy at Lowe's Home Improvement Store and asked him about the possibility of having some building going on. Well, I was taking a brief break during the event itself, and right outside my office window, I kept on just hearing non-stop. And I couldn't figure out what it was. Finally, I picked out the window, and Tracy and his staff and several young children were out there building birdhouses and everything else. So we'd like to recognize Lowe's Home Improvement for their great contribution. These right here are the folks that helped make Showcase such a great event for us.
I'm gonna see you get that picture now.
I know, that's what he's gonna say.
They're going to scrunch in or
Yeah, I can
something.
stretch in or, yeah.
Get close, Craig, and John ain't gonna bite you.
Faye come up there. No, we'll have Faye come up here in the front. There you go.
Now y'all have to carol.
1, 2, 3. Take another one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Thank you all. Excuse me. Okay, moving on to item 5, communications from Scott Collins, City Administrator.
Mayor, Board of Aldermen, we have a few issues that's underway right now that's very exciting for the city. Funding application to the United States Department of Agriculture through Rural Development was submitted a week and a half ago, and the review so far has been very favorable. That, of course, is on the library complex project as part of Vision 2020. Once we get a decision by Rural Development, that will allow us to seek alternative funding, or additional funding, I should say, through the Secretary of State, who we're already having conversations with, and also the Stokely Foundation. The second thing, yesterday I was fortunate enough, along with Alderman John Bud, who also serves on the Planning Commission, we sat in with officials from Food City East, and they are proposing an expansion of their store, which will increase the square footage quite a bit. The Planning Commission will address the issue on the 27th, this coming Thursday, a week from Thursday. And then at the January meeting, the council will be approached to ask to close that little alleyway between Food City as it exists now, and the former Freeman Farm. I'm very proud to announce that in accordance to the charter, that Jessica McGaha will be serving as our city recorder effective immediately. And also, we will be at the Tanner Building tomorrow at 10 o'clock a.m. to meet with the environmentalist hygienist. Our goal was to go ahead and have the work started, but he cautioned that he needed to get a preliminary reading before the actual removal process continues. The holiday schedule coming up for City Hall will be closed on Monday, December 24th, Tuesday, December 25th, and then again on Tuesday, January 1st, for, of course, Christmas Eve, Christmas, and New Year's Day. At the next meeting, the January 8th meeting, we still have a couple more showcase recognitions to give out, and then we also want to recognize some of the folks that made Samaland such a great success in the 5th year of it. And the January meeting does fall on January 8th. Traditionally, we have our workshop a week before, but that will be January 1st. So I just want to ask the pleasure of the council about a workshop for January.
Not the first.
I agree.
But unless anybody has any questions, that's my report, Mayor and council.
Any questions for Scott?
No, I mean, what we should do, just wait and see if there's anything that comes up that actually needs to be workshop on. Right now, I don't know of anything.
If it does, we could do something
we could do
Wednesday or
something.
Thursday if we
Yeah.
needed to. Okay, item 6, I did receive a resignation from Quentin Parrott from the Beer Board, and as yet, I haven't heard, y'all haven't got a recommendation for that yet, have you, Glenn Moore? Okay. Okay, we'll just leave that hanging to the next meeting or whenever they have a recommendation to the council. Item 7A, Tanner Preservation Alliance, Roland Dykes III.
He is out of town.
Okay. Christmas lights program, Sarah and Kelly?
Looks like it's the Kelly show.
We're just reviewing sort of what we've been able with the Christmas lights. I apologize that Sarah's not here. She had surgery today, and we've only been home, I guess, maybe about an hour and a half. So she's home recuperating, and she plans to be here at the next meeting. We had ordered 8 additional lights that were put up last week. So that gives us a total of 41 Christmas lights throughout the town. And I've already got the bills for most of those lights. I've got some more money to turn in. But other than that, I mean, that's where we are, and it's been a very successful community service project. And like I said, if it had not been for you and our community, it would have been accomplished. So thank you.
Thank you. Item 9, under A, under new business, consideration of resolution 2012-12 requesting authorization from the State of Tennessee General Assembly for the City of Newport to enact a hospitality tax. That's open for discussion or a motion to approve that.
I'll make a motion to pass that.
Okay. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
We have a second. Any discussion? All those in favor indicate by saying yes.
Yes.
Opposed is no. Item B, consideration of applying for a 2013 Community Development Block Grant.
Mayor, there's a memorandum of agreement, very similar to the last CDBG that we did, where we worked with Newport Utilities and apply on their behalf.
What is it for, Scott?
On this one, the targeted area is to try to reduce the odor from the wastewater treatment plant.
We got a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Got 3 motions. We got any seconds?
I'll take that.
Second.
Johnny, Bill,
You know,
I hate to open the floor for discussion on that, but all those in favor indicate by saying yes.
yes.
Opposed is no. I hear none. There's no items under the consent agenda. Under item 10, consideration of bids on garage door for City Hall.
we jumped something.
I jumped, I'm sorry.
You must have a smudge.
Must have a flu brain or something here. Item C, I've not eaten those Reese cups yet, so it can't be the chocolates. Going back to C, I'm sorry. Discussion of fireworks ordinance and policies.
Mayor, as council directed, meeting before last, we've been doing some research on this, and the ordinance that I was so proud of, that we passed when I was mayor in Carroll, has been revised somewhat, and it still allows tents for 30 days. So I've got Jeremy Shelton, our fire inspector, is now working with us, and what we'd like to request is just an opportunity to get some more information together and sit down in a workshop session with the mayor and council and get a clear understanding of what you all want from us, so we can prepare you an ordinance or resolution, whatever council desires.
I think that's a good idea.
I just, like I say, I don't think we were against anybody putting up tents. I just think that it was a business matter that needed to be taken care of, that they were getting around some possible permit fees.
And I agree with Kenny, they do.
And I would encourage council to consider extensive permit fees. Because they're
They're taking our
circumventing the
money.
entire system's what they're doing, and they're
They're
coming in.
taking our money and going out of town.
Yeah.
You can't shoot fireworks in the city.
And
They do.
the businesses that are here, that have been here, are being punished because we allow that to happen, the ones that stay here year round, so that would be my input on it. I don't know that we need a workshop on that.
I wouldn't think
I mean,
so.
just
I mean, it's pretty
bring
cut and
something
dry.
back. I mean, we discussed it, that one, just I would say bring the ordinance back and
With modifications, with emphasis on the permit fees.
if you think we need to allow them, then I would say the fees need to be substantial enough that they'll really want to set a tent up.
They're gonna stay here 30 days, they need to pay for it.
Whereas Johnny says, yes.
Yes.
So, thank you.
Is everybody okay with that?
Is that,
No, I think that's a good idea.
Good, I know.
I know they won't have a workshop, so.
Okay.